this is starting to get funny.
I mean, that came out so different from what I thought I was going to say.
Live and direct, like we always are at the NILEP podcast.
Drinking water today and coffee, man.
Man, it's been a hard, FIFA World Cup marathon.
Finally over.
Drinking water.
Colombia came
here we are.
in ninth.
But a man.
The second Ronald we interview in our 16th episode.
Yes.
Mr. Ronald Bula.
Yes.
Bula or Booyah?
Some people call me Buyan. Just
Okay.
kidding. Bula. B-U-L-A.
Oh, Bula. Ronald Bula.
Ron from Bits and Brands.
Bits and Brands.
Here in, where are we, man? I'm actually lost.
No, kind of like this space, man. Talk to us.
This is how it
Bits
works.
and Brands.
Where are we? We're in Miami. What is this
Where you want
called?
to bits and you want to brand your brand.
Exactly.
Right?
Of course.
There you go.
We're located in Ironside, pretty much. That's the way it's calling here.
We're in Miami, okay?
But in Miami.
So Ironside. I had never been here before in my life, actually.
A lot of
Living
iron
here
out there.
30 years and I had never been here.
Hey, iron is expensive, and there's a lot of it outside.
Outside.
That's why we're in Ireland.
Believe it or not, we have not drank today. That's why
I know.
we're not making any sense. So we start every episode with our handles.
Yes.
The Nightlife Entrepreneur on Instagram.
Ico Taps Beer and at Doral Food and Wine Festival. Tickets are going to go on sale soon. I'll see you all at the Doral Food and Wine Festival.
Also
this
LMG
year.
Miami. And
Yep.
yours is?
At Bits Brands.
That's BITSBRANDS.
Exactly.
Right?
Bits
Hello?
Brands.
Remember, you guys can get the book on Amazon.
Happy days.
And you can find us on our website, nightlifeentrepreneurs.podcast.com. Or backwards.
Podomatic.
nightlifeentrepreneurs.com/podcast, I mean.
That was
And
good.
you can also find us on Spotify,
you're
on
not drinking
YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere.
On Netflix.
Are we there?
No, soon.
We should.
Soon we're going to have the Nightlife Entrepreneur podcast movie.
There you go. All right, so today we're going to get a little bit outside our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Meaning we are not at a bar. We are not having some
know, this
drinks.
is kinda feeling a little-
It's a little weird, but
I hope I
we're
don't
going to,
seem too
survive.
nervous.
Yeah, some coffee, some water.
There you go.
Coffee and water.
The reason we're gonna interview Ronald today, we're gonna have a conversation. Today. We don't like calling this an
for
interview.
those kids that want to be educated.
There you go. We're gonna talk about branding,
Exactly.
marketing, and about what you guys do. Actually, tell us first what it is that you do.
All right. First of all,
Bits. What are the bits?
Bits and Brands. Okay,
Yes.
the name. Sometimes people are asking me why Bit and Brands. Obviously, everybody know, but Bit. When we were looking for the name, we were trying to see something that is related with like something in the computer because we do marketing,
Okay.
and obviously everything that it has to be related with brands, printing, and everything. And Bit, a byte is a bit for the people who doesn't know. So one byte is the equivalent of a bit. So we turn a bit into a brand. That's the name of the Bits and Brands.
It's kind of a nerd name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like what the brand with the bits.
But
and
you're
the
doing,
bits and the brand.
while you're looking for a name,
Make
you're
sure you
actually
bit
working
on the right
your brand. You're
Exactly.
branding
the
as
right
you thought you
bite
meant.
out of that
Exactly.
bit.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that.
It could be. It could
Bit
be.
it up, people.
So what?
Bit it up.
Okay, so that's how your name came up. What do you guys do exactly at Bits and Brands?
All right, Bits and Brands. The main idea, the first idea of the Bits and Brands
I love
was just to create a marketing
Okay.
stuff, right? I'm a system engineer, so pretty much I started to do websites and everything related to software and all that stuff, right? But since I was
Website
kid,
is-
I was doing, I love to do design and
Digital.
everything about, painting and all that stuff.
Graphic design.
Yeah, graphic design,
Awesome.
pretty much. So then we start to do the websites, and the people start see that you cannot have only a website, and if nobody noticed, you had to do something else. So pretty much we're starting to do the marketing stuff with the social marketing, email marketing, graphic design.
How long ago did you start Bits and Brands?
5. It has been like 5 years already.
Awesome.
But it
You
has
have a
been
great
really-
space. Looks
Yeah,
like
it's
you're
nice.
busy.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it pretty
cool
much,
here.
you know, like we're starting like in a small desk, just doing, you know, like
Graphic
this
design and
time,
stuff like that.
Right.
and then later on we're starting with the
Okay.
Awesome.
So today we're gonna concentrate a little on what you do related to our industry. You
Exactly.
know, nightlife or food and beverage.
Yeah.
Everything hospitality. You know, so anything that goes.
You started with that, right? You started promoting and
Yeah, I started promoting. Actually, I was working with Julian Lowe in LMG, and I was doing, you know, like, you know, when you just came here to this
yeah,
country,
Julio would
and-
just rack you up.
exactly, and everything was like,
He'll
I'm
bite you.
pumped,
He'll
and
bite you into the.
exactly all the
the
people that you
business.
know, and go ahead, and then, and actually, one of the things that, you know, like made me do graphic design and all the stuff, it was just the flyers that we were doing for the LMG
Cool.
and all those parties, and then later on, you know, we
So
started.
so that kind of inspired you. You saw you saw flyers and you were kind of like what they were like whack, or you were just like I could do them better, or
Yeah, I mean,
were you a
few
graphic
times-
designer back then, or no? You were just
No.
let me make this
I-
money, try to get people to come to the club.
No, I was just like, yes, trying to go, you know,
Make
take
that
people
money.
to make
Yeah.
that money and doing.
Hey,
all
back
that
in
kind of
back in
stuff.
the day, flyer business was a lot different.
It was
I remember,
cool, man.
I remember, you know, the places where we
was a
would do our flyers. I'm talking about,
Listen, I was a flyer collector.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
not 20 years ago, but at least 15 years ago, we went to the, you know, actual digital flyer, whatever. Before we used to do them at Kinko's and just make copies.
Yeah.
But the first ones that we would do, like when we would actually go to the places like this one where they had the whole print shop behind or whatever. It was packed with boxes and boxes and boxes of flyers
Yeah.
for restaurants, for bars, for nightclubs, everybody. And as a matter of fact, back then, a full run,
Poor trees.
it was some expensive shit to do,
Man.
but it was like, you know,
Trees
like
are getting
everybody
cut
had to
at
do
night.
the whole thing. You know what I mean? The
Thank
full
God for
run or
digital.
whatever. But you were printing a lot of flyers for the clubs. I remember.
Yeah,
back
that
then.
was the way.
Nowadays, a lot of people don't want to do flyers.
Man, it's the most effective
For some
way.
reason, they don't want to give out flyers. How do you guys adapt to that change?
I mean, pretty much the thing with the flyers means that at the beginning, as you say, everything was a little bit more expensive. Obviously, because of the evolution of the machines and everything now is running well. Obviously, the competition also.
Right.
Here
So
in
more
Miami, there is
competition, you have
like
to lower the price.
Exactly.
And you know the machine. You know,
But people
Exactly.
still use flyers, right?
No, yeah, of course.
Right.
And,
I
and
think
actually
that's the
today's
most
day,
effective.
even if we are, you know, like this digital world
Era.
and era, still the flyers, but depend the way that you just like
handle them and
handle
them out.
are the thing more effective for the commercial scene. I mean, for the marketing.
Don't
stuff.
step away from the flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people
Like-
forget about the flyer. They don't want to hand them out. They
Listen,
think
I think
it's not
flyers are
cool.
cool.
Number one, they think it's not cool to give out a flyer to somebody. That's one
yeah.
thing. There's also a few places where it's prohibited, you know,
To give them out.
To give them
Exactly.
out. It used to be where it was, you know, you would just
Everywhere.
go crazy putting them out.
When you say prohibited, what? People could get a ticket for putting
No,
out
actually-
a flyer in a car or something like that?
You can actually. It won't probably go as far as one flyer in one car and get a ticket. You get una multa. It's
Ticket.
Yeah.
but
But in
You're
Spanish.
gonna be
You get it
okay.
in Spanish.
there you go. A fine. A fine is what I meant
It's
to say.
cheaper.
And this is why we have a good production.
Hey, production! Woohoo!
So yeah,
fine.
it's a fine.
Not a ticket.
And I'm gonna give you an idea. Besides the flyer, there's something that we printed also a lot of before, and it was posters. And posters
Posters.
nowadays, you used to have them like you would go to a restaurant and you would see 8-10 posters at the front door of the restaurants on the bottom right side.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like most places don't
Yeah.
want you to have anything there
You see,
because
like,
it
five.
takes away from their
Yeah.
image or whatever it is,
Exactly.
and they don't want to say yes to everybody else or whatever it might be. But we once did an event in Coral Gables, and at like we finished at 5 in the morning, we went to sleep. At 8 in the morning, we got a call saying we have counted over 250
Posters?
posters. All I remember is that it was a 200 grand fine for the whole thing
Oh.
in Coral Gables if it was not picked up by noon that day.
Yeah.
And of course, if it
I
was
was lucky there was a team that took care of this.
Oh, wow.
At that time, and I could actually go to sleep.
Yeah,
But we had to do that.
Hey,
We had to
I think
get rid of-
flyers, because I'm telling you, whenever I saw a cool flyer, I used to collect them, right? Because at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
and-
there's some graphic designers that really go all in with it, and they get creative and they create some cool stuff.
And actually, it had to be a hook in the flyer. I mean, you cannot have just the flyer and say, okay, this is the nice.
Whatever
lifetime.
night is
I mean,
going
it
on.
had to be something that you take. I mean, you collect the flyer maybe
Yeah.
because you like the design and stuff.
If it was
But
cool,
if
I would collect it.
If I want just to have more people there, it has to be some there. I mean, like some promotion, some kind of discount or some like a ticket, or just go there.
Yeah, this
or-
generation needs some kind of Groupon in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not something like, if I don't see something there in the flyer, I mean, like,
What do you guys do normally? Like a tear up, or
it could be a tour up, or it could be just like just a flyer with the main
Sticker?
like, just go
because
there.
that's another thing.
with
The
color.
size of the flyer
size
was
of
something
the
that was
flyer.
uncomfortable. I remember that we went from the 6x4 or quarter page to half that, which was a little bigger than than a business card. I think it was a
Oh, that's
1/8,
cool.
1/8 or
So you
Yeah,
were
you can
thoughtful on the sense of like, we want people to take it home. We
not
want
only
them to
that,
put it
you
in
want
their
them to fit in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You want the guy that's going to hand them out. Can
This
fit-
is flyer class 101,
Yeah,
party
man,
people.
you want them to fit in your back pocket when you're gonna go promote also. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the people that take them away are gonna be able to fit them in there. If you have a 6x4, you have more than 20 of them in your pocket. The first thing they're gonna go is, what are you doing?
What's going
You're
on?
Doing promotion.
Hey, so you as a promoter, now that you have Bits and Brands, was that the direction you were taking or going or overseeing when you were?
I mean, like normally I do. I mean, to my customer, what we just recommend is for, let's say, for the nightclubs and all the stuff that we are not gonna give like the EDDM. Have you heard about EDDM process?
No.
Every door direct mail.
No.
Every door direct mail.
Yeah,
Every door direct mail.
That's like a service that the USPS do.
Okay.
Okay.
But pretty much that's
Shout outs to the
that's
USPS.
more for the food industry and
For the food
Right.
industry.
yeah.
Which
Okay.
we're
For the
interested in hearing
night,
about.
I mean, for disco, it could be just. I mean, like if you go to Winwood, they just give you this business card
Right.
size with the promotion ticket, one drink free with this one, and everything. And if you want to do the flyer, anyway, it has to be a good way. Maybe with a sheet, just try to
Right.
tell people and catch people and everything, but not to put in any cards and nothing like that. Because pretty much, if I see a flyer in my car, man,
You get
and I
upset?
want to see the thing,
Yeah.
I don't go to that place even
But-
just
okay,
because of
by
that.
the way, I didn't know the name, the EDDM. I thought it was like a music festival, but the
I thought it was a drug. I was like, no, man, we're clean. We drink water.
but I did use the USPS service for promotion for the nightlife.
How was that?
And it was cost effective.
Yeah?
It was very productive.
Exactly.
Marketing wise, it was. I mean, at the beginning, we didn't know how to figure out how do we know if it's working or not. How do we measure it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. How do you know?
I mean,
guy.
the advantage that you have with the EDDM is that you just select exactly what is the zip code you want it,
Right.
and you know,
boom.
and you can see exactly what is the quantity of people that they're gonna take.
That are gonna get it.
Yeah, because actually it's illegal just to go to any
mailman?
apartment or any
Yeah.
of a place just to drop.
Here in
the-
Miami,
the
in
things.
Brickell, there's so many buildings. Like
Oh, yeah, man.
let's
Like,
say
how do
New
you even-
York, for example. New York's probably harder to get into the buildings than
that
what it
is-
is here, because here you can actually get in there. There's a few guys that do this, and they will wear like delivery.
Oh, yeah. I heard-
clothing.
It's a
and
good hustle right there.
They charge
Shout outs to those.
$50 a building, and they go in the building and they go floor by floor under the doors.
Hey, I need those delivery guys
and set
for
them
the
out.
Doral
Set them
food.
out. You know what I mean?
I have heard about it, and I mean honestly, our business is just to do the printing, right?
You only do the legal part.
and
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
promote the EDDM because it's a legal service.
Right.
In that case, I have heard, but I don't know if it's really effective or at the end they're gonna
Not
have
involved,
any
people.
issue
It's not
because-
involved.
Oh
Right?
no, no. I hired them. I had issues for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there was always a problem. Something would happen.
And there is no way to measure that. I mean,
Exactly.
like, if the guy just drop it in the garbage and say, like, I do it the whole
yeah,
night.
that's
mainly
so
was
sad.
that. Like, you'd be like, what do you mean you did 32 floors
I know.
in
It was
32
like-
minutes?
Yeah, no, that
And
doesn't
actually,
work.
I was working before in a company that they do a lot of property management, and they hate to see people
Yeah.
doing that.
Giving out flyers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's not like-
people that live there are gonna complain. Not everybody wants to get that under your door. You do have a mailbox where you normally get all that promotion, so it's good to use those services.
Awesome. So talk to me about when you woke up and you were like, all right, I'm done with being a promoter. I need to create a company. I need to move on.
I mean,
Like, was the money not right? Were you feeling too hangover in the morning? Like, what was it? Like, what made you?
actually, I was doing because, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm a system engineer, so I was
Yeah.
doing a software for a ballet company.
Okay.
A really high ballet company here. I was the
Nice.
the IT manager for them, and I was doing all the software, and like we do an app that they can scan all the cars and everything. It was
Cool.
it was really nice. But then meanwhile I was doing that, I was doing the presentation in order to like to promote the software and everything. So everybody was like, I mean, you're good in that, so why you
Yeah,
don't
why-
explore that?
Somebody
that
identified
things.
that and was like, hey,
And then I started to create
Why not?
things on my own. And then later on we started with few things, few software there, few website here, and designs. And then
look at that. Now
in
we're
a
hanging out
blinking,
here
I
with
was like,
Marilyn
okay,
Monroe.
I got 6 people working with me. I got people in Colombia.
Woohoo!
We had an office there in Colombia too, and we got there a few people.
Oh, you
working
opened
on
up
the
over
design.
there as well?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Cool.
use my people there just to help me because they're a really good talent in Colombia
Yeah,
for
there
the
is.
design.
There's a lot of talent.
We're using that, and the only thing is that the business in Colombia is really different from us. I mean, it's like the way that you manage the things there are a little bit different. So we are trying. We got some challenge there, but we are working there.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. I could see, when graphic designers kind of work and collaborate with other designers from other countries. I think it's cool because it just brings another vibe to the whole picture of what it is that you're trying to promote, what it is that you're trying to do. I'm sure there's been a couple of besides a flyer, besides a poster, projects that you've worked with where it's just different. It just has another color. It's definitely something.
No, and actually we had to be like improving in all the services because we started, like I told you, with the websites and all the stuff, then printing, then now today's day we have to be in the photography industry too. Also we do
Everybody
videos.
needs to take pictures nowadays.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Social media.
could we talk
because
about that? Could we talk
yeah.
about like
Why-
now where it's because you
why the
started like with
photography?
this ballerina
Adaptation.
thing, and now you're like with drones and cameras and pictures and
The main
you
reason
know.
why we started to like
evolve.
add those services to our company, it was because the social marketing start with picture of like anything. Let's say you have a club and then you just want to put like a picture of a person, whatever. Then the people get bored.
Hey, the first
They-
picture
they-
on
yeah.
Instagram would be like if you were getting on a plane, it was a picture of the wing.
Exactly. Exactly.
weird.
So then the people get boring. Like, okay,
Yeah.
those are fake things. So
Yeah.
they have to be humanized, right? All the social media has to be humanized.
Humanize
and
it.
the only way is just to take picture. I don't want to. I mean, like
Did we lose the music?
post.
Yeah. Good day.
Oh.
Yo, you
We
either
post-
put on the music or I'm telling you, Julio's gonna start.
Yeah.
16 candles. I'm telling you. All right.
So we started to humanize the social media because the only way that the people really think that you are real, obviously.
Right.
And
And you need to be real.
exactly. So then we start to take picture, and I cannot have a social marketing working and just like being contracting photographers and all the stuff. So we
Got it.
started to do it here. And the drones, so obviously I hired people that has a lot of experience of
Drones
photography and all the
experience.
stuff. The drones are, at the beginning it was a really everybody want to have drone and everything,
Yeah.
but today's day you can
People's fingers
no
started getting
everyone
caught and all that, right?
can run a drone, and
Oh,
you know
yeah.
that there is a lot of regulations about
Yeah.
drones. You cannot.
Do you have to
run-
have a permit to have a drone?
Yeah, you have to have a permit. You have to have a like how do you call this? Not just a permit. It has
Like
to
a
be
license?
like a license. Exactly.
Okay.
A
Wow.
license you have to have in order to run a drone. If not, they can just.
Hey,
like-
Ronald.
So always
So,
wanted a drone inside the club, just
man,
hanging there.
that could be dangerous, right? Talk to us about a drone in a club. Is that cool? Is that a good idea? What happens if somebody throws a drink? It's the
I
drone.
think
Does the drone get pissed?
Now the
come
drone-
back and chase you, like, you know what I mean? Cut
The
your
drone by
hair.
itself already have some. If they see that there is no like a really high and everything,
So you
the
can't
drone
put
by
the
itself
drone.
it doesn't run.
Hey, is your your clientele mostly nightlife, or is it restaurants? What do you?
We got different things. I mean, we have a really huge brand now that we are doing all that is Barro, the pizzeria.
Okay.
All right. We have another few places, restaurants, some nightclubs. They just tell us to do all the design and the graphic. Okay.
Because you guys also do like one of your big things is signage
Did you do
outside,
graffiti?
right?
Yeah, signage,
Did you do graffiti? Like-
No, I haven't been
Done graffiti?
But I
No,
mean,
I-
like, but at the end, is the way you.
That sounded
see
like
it.
I'm not
Right?
sure if I can
know.
tell
He's
you.
like, I don't know if I can. No, because graphic designers usually began being graffiti artists.
Yeah, no, but
You know?
I mean, we do this kind of a poster with the graffiti
kind of
things,
graffiti.
but not doing like like
Not the
guy.
real graffiti and the cop running after you. No,
Exactly,
Not
no.
like that. Man. No, the real graffiti.
Yeah, but but we have been doing so many events. We are doing like for.
Let me ask you another one. What about business cards? Have
Yeah.
those disappeared?
Evolved. Yeah.
Now business
They
card has to be
disappeared?
no.
Oh.
Business cards is still using. The only thing is that now.
Do you
Obviously, the
recommend
business card,
cards for
business
those
card at the end is your
new
is
entrepreneurs?
your first presentation, right? So when you want to give a business card, you don't want to give just like because many people ask me here like, hey, no, I just need a business card for some presentation I have tomorrow.
Oh.
Okay, all right, I can do something for tomorrow, but the thing is that at the end the problem is gonna be that.
That's
Is
your
you're gonna
face.
be business card? I mean, it's you're gonna be your
Yeah.
presentation. I can do it here. We can cut it and do it really quick. But I recommend just to do a like a business card that at least has a spot UV things, to something that you can see different thing, a different shape. Of
It
the
has to
business
look
card.
expensive, dude. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the first thing people
Yes.
are gonna see. That's your brand. It has to be
Now,
somehow
the people
and
getting-
represent you.
The people get
Sure.
into the that they want it like that it looks like a credit card. There are good things, they're not about it, because sometimes when you do something really fancy or something really heavy, then there are people say, like, I don't want to keep it because
Wow.
because it's too heavy for my pocket, whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
Or
wow.
I
Look
don't
at
want
that.
to put it in my wallet because then.
So don't get too
there's a-
fancy. That's what you were
No,
recommend?
it's good to have fancy. At the end, there is so many.
For a while, I saw people were putting on their business cards that scanning code.
Exactly. The
that
thing is that
still
the
going
QR
on?
code, the QR code, it used to be a really good way to put all the information there, because when you scan the QR code, which the QR code is quick response code. Okay, so then you
Man,
can
we're learning a
store
lot of
everything.
Response.
Yeah.
Code.
Break that
code.
down again.
There you go.
So then the thing is that you can store the whole information
On
in
that
your
code
yeah. But the
Okay.
point is that the people doesn't know how
to get the information.
how to put the app with the QR code.
I never
and
figured out how to
everything.
how to
How
scan
to
it.
scan
How
it.
to QR code the code.
Yeah, so the thing is that if you tell someone that in order to store all the things, you have to download an application that is called a QR reader. So, it hasn't been, I mean, like 2 years ago, it was a really good way. Everybody was, I want the QR code and
Right.
everything. But today's day,
It
nobody,
disappeared.
Yeah.
But what is it? Because I heard something the other day. I asked somebody, "Do you have a business card?" And they go, "No, I don't. Let me give you my social media." That was like their thing right away.
Oh, that was their business card? their
Yeah,
handle?
they just gave their social media, and because there you can see everything that I am
Do you think
about.
that's good for business or bad for business? As
No, I mean,
It would depend on the business, I think.
Exactly. It's depending on the business, obviously. Many people use like a square things in order to.
I can't
have
wait for
a-
business cards to be like really inexpensive, where your business card could be like a little presentation. Like, you know, you're in the nightlife, you give a business card and you open it and a little disco ball pops up and lights come out and girls start saying, hey,
AR.
what's going on? Da, da, da. You know, when is
Right.
that going to happen? I can't wait for that. Can't wait for those business cards to be ready.
Pokemon was the beginning of AR.
Where's that music, baby?
You know, actually,
Pokemon, yeah, like
that
Pokemon.
is the future.
Play-
It
yeah,
has
like-
to be.
When
It
is
has
that
to be.
going to happen? I can't wait.
And celular.
We get like
And computador.
5,000 of those business cards.
Right?
You know, when I could be like, hey, yeah, call me. They open up the business card, come out, tap, and say, hey, what's going on? They call me 786. Da, 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 da. So, yeah, so you have a lot of things here. You have a lot of machines. Man, these things are expensive. So if a promoter out of nowhere decides to become a graphic designer and he wants to do it right, you know, for our viewers, our listeners out there, what do you recommend? Do you recommend they get an Apple? Do they get a PC? How much do you think they have to kind of like put together as far as a budget to write?
What's a
You know,
PC?
that's a good question because
Yeah, what is
you
it?
know, at the beginning,
Yeah.
when I was doing all this kind of a design,
Yeah,
and when I started to, you know, like to need people in order to help me with all the customer that I have, I was like, but how can I, you know, like how can I hire someone and explain him what I have in my mind? You know, like it was like,
crazy.
I mean, you can teach anyone to, you know, this software you have to do this and this and this.
Yeah, the creative process is not
The creative
taught.
has to be
Yeah.
something that is natural. I mean, like something that
you
is.
have to.
But then obviously I
live it and breathe
started.
it.
Can you teach what you do, the dancing thing? For example, I'm
I
wondering.
could teach it. And I totally teach it. I love Ronald. Ronald,
because he wants to learn it, I know for a fact. But,
No,
but
he's a natural. No, but that's the difference between, you know, I always tell people like, hey, there's a difference between being a tap dancer and being someone who dances tap. That's
Right.
the difference. You
Right.
know what I mean? So
So
yeah.
in that way, I started to hire people and tell. I mean, like, I need you to show me exactly how do you see this one. I mean, how can you design this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
And then see it.
If they-
And it was the way that
capture
it.
it.
But then, obviously, with the experience of many people that have been working with me, it's just like, okay, this is the line. I mean, this is the.
you've learned how to kind of explain the process
Exactly, explain the pro-
for you to
we-
get what you want.
For this customer, we use this kind of font. This
Cool.
is the line. This is the colors. Those are the. I mean, because we create like a manual of a brand manual.
Okay.
And
There.
and they learn about that, and then they see, you know, like different things. And today there are a lot of tools and a lot of software that can help to create a really good stuff. I mean, so
Also-
but obviously it had to be something. I mean, you cannot tell anyone just like, okay, I'm gonna bring my sister, go ahead and with this line and this thing and this
Yeah.
phone, that's it. No, I mean, it has to be something that you really.
Hey, do you think
feel
that
it.
there's tools nowadays where it's also easier for a company to express what they're looking for?
Oh yeah,
right?
of course, yeah.
Does that help?
And obviously-
do they come with those tools, or usually people come to you raw? You have to kind of suck the idea out of them.
No, there is a lot of tools now. They can use it. Also, there is a lot of apps that helps a lot.
Okay.
And there is a lot of ideas everywhere. Like, because we call this one like inspiration. Anyway, at the beginning, you can just have like in mind what to do, but you have to see at least 3 or 4 different pages, arts, flyers, and all the stuff to create the inspiration and go ahead and design
And
whatever you
design
need to do.
the brand's name. Got it.
And then obviously for the printing side, you know, there are some requirements that it has to be a high definition, you know, the PPIs and all that stuff that have to be in order to print a really good stuff. But you know,
PPI.
There we go again. You see what I'm saying?
We're learning terms
PPI.
today.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I mean, pretty
that what,
much
pixel?
PPI.
PPI. I know I'm down with OPP, but you're down with
Yeah,
PPI.
you know me.
I don't know.
PPI is I think it's pixel per image. I
Right.
think
Pizza? Pizza. I just got.
pixel per
oh,
image.
pixels.
Is it
per
your image? It's something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
You can
Google it.
Just Google it. Exactly.
yeah, but it's like
shout out
the
to Google.
definition.
Websites. I have something
They're
I've been
important.
thinking about. When there's a lot of promoters that listen to the show, the usually they don't have a website.
Exactly.
Usually, the clubs, the venues, the restaurants have websites, and the other ones that have websites are like the people that actually take pictures. You know, like if you do have a photo website, like at night.com for a long time, and Posh, Panel, the different ones that exist today. Now, but a lot of promoters do not have websites. We've always had websites as a company where we show all the parties that are going on and the different
And the
pictures
services?
from all the days and all those, the services, and it's part of the brand.
Of course.
But I don't see why the promoters don't see that as a weapon.
As a person thing.
something
Yeah, I
they
mean,
should-
the thing is that, okay, today's day, the website, it hasn't been that important as the social
Media.
marketing, right?
right.
But anyway, if you don't have a website and you want to promote yourself or you want to promote any places, it kind of give you like does untrust feeling. Like, I mean, if you don't have a website, it means that you are not a really
You're not real.
business.
There's something.
Real
Yeah,
business.
Get a website.
it is true. Or at least,
like-
at least what I recommend is
Help
at
bits and
least a
brands.
landing page. You know what I mean? Where you have
Exactly.
something at least there. I mean, not, the websites as they used to be. I don't think. Of course, there are some types of companies that need a website that have 20 pages or I don't know how many.
Yeah.
For our business, you don't need to have that much stuff. As a matter of fact, you
like
can
3
get to there,
templates.
see what the parties are, and each link might take you to the website for that venue,
Got it.
or to the website that has the pictures. Things like that, and maybe
So
a little.
websites are,
Yeah,
you definitely recommend them?
but at the end,
They're
remember
important.
something. You have to see. I mean, you have to. The main purpose of the website is just to being seen in the Google search, right? Because I mean, like
Yep.
that's what you need to do.
course.
If nobody knows you, I mean, we have to have something that you can be searching by the Google, right?
Could be validated, right?
So,
That's
so
kinda
the
like
website is that's SEO pretty much, that
Right.
you search engine optimization, and that's something
SEO.
that we do here a lot. I mean, that's at the end, all this graphics, social marketing, email marketing, and everything we do, pretty much are the description of a SEO, because at the end you want being seen in the first. I mean, not in the first place because people just.
Well, the
like,
first 3 are usually paid for, right?
Exactly. I mean, the way Google works is that you have the first 3 or 4 that are ad, okay, and you pay for that, and then you get the map where all these people, all this, like business
kind of like,
being appear there, and then all the organic one, right?
Right.
Okay,
We can't
and the
deliver
organic,
guys.
the organic is the one that we are talking about now, SEO.
You do the SEO for the organic part,
Exactly.
which is right
So,
there.
which is
And that's where you want to be.
like,
hey, what about applications? Do you feel that
We can
now applications are taking like taking over versus websites?
Of course, the application has been a really good tool, but the
Can
thing
you
is that we
integrate
have to do.
them?
Yeah.
Website and the app.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the thing is that the main idea, because there are so many customers say, okay, you do apps. Hey, I want to do an app for my thing. Okay, but you
What
want
do
to
you
do
really want?
an app to do what exactly? Because
Got
the
it.
people think that it's just to do an app, and the people are just gonna search you and are gonna download the app. It's just because you are a food drink. Okay, but what exactly is gonna give you the app?
is the
Because
app
you're gonna
gonna
download an
generate
app
for you?
if I can order from there, or I can have a ticket from there, or I
I have
can.
my LMG app.
Okay.
Go.
It's been there for 10 years.
Hey, look out for the
don't know what it does.
Nightlife Podcast app where you can find us.
Exactly. I mean,
There you go.
if you want to see and
You'll get
go
$1
there,
off at a Cusqueña or something like that. We'll figure it out.
but if you are, let's say, a restaurant and you want to do the app, but at least the people can order there.
So you feel the app always has to have a purpose. That's very important.
Exactly. I mean, that's the
not
only
just
way.
to have
If
it
not, it's gonna be an app.
just
You're
in
like
the air.
you're wasting money there, wasting. Because you have to, like every year it has to be an upgrade of the thing,
Okay.
of the development and all the stuff.
Are
No,
they still
in this-
very
in this business-
expensive?
Huh?
Are they still very expensive?
No, now.
not
I mean,
anymore.
not anymore, because obviously because of the same reason, competition, all the stuff, and now they're a bit different now between the app before and now. You can now have hybrid app, which means that you can create in software and it can work for the two different for the Android and for the app store, right? And that's easy to do. It's just like a program. You tell exactly what it has to be and everything. And the other one is the native, I mean, like let's say app or Android, and then you have to create it based on all the Android regulation and all that stuff, and based on the app, which is, I mean, the Apple is worse than the other one is crazy. So those are two different, but those kind of native is just for really complicated software. It needs to do a lot of stuff and everything. But for this purpose, like if you are a promoter, or if you're you have the owner of a restaurant or club, you can do a native, and it's going to be really easy.
Yeah, in the end, there are actually apps out there that serve purposes for the restaurants,
of course,
and for the nightclubs. You know, for example, there's an app called 7 Rooms where you actually put down all the RSVPs for the night, for the club, but then you have to be invited by the club to actually be able to do this, you know, the
to be in the 7 rooms.
In the room, right? So I have in there a few clubs, the clubs that we are working at, right? And they invite me, and I am able to make RSVPs, and they know that it was my reservation. You know, I tell them how many people, what time, what they want, if I need a minimum, if I need a comp bottle for them, if it's a birthday. A lot of different tags. So
and you get all this like what, through an email?
Well, no, I'm, you know,
you have that
us as the promoters. You know, the promoting company takes care of all the RSVPs. They send them, and then the venues receive all these lists of reservations or whatever. They can also see them in the app and you know, say where they want to sit. And there's a few of those, you know, actually.
So you recommend for those young entrepreneur millennials that want to start promoting, you know, their club or their business, for them to get a website and then an app, or how would...
I think the best way is just to start obviously with all the social profiles, social marketing profile, and do like, I mean, because that's another thing. The social marketing is a completely word. I mean, you have to know exactly when do you have to post something, at what time, what is the target you have to do. Exactly, to be an strategy. We have like a schedule for all our customers, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what we're gonna post, the hashtag that has to be in the post, everything that has to be
week
exactly
or that week.
Exactly, for the following week, then the people can see. I mean, at the beginning, the customer want to see exactly what we're gonna post and everything. Then they trust on us, and then
how are people now controlling people buying likes and people buying followers and all that?
It's easy to know. I mean, like, okay, obviously for us it's easy to know.
But is it being regulated, or is that going to never...
The thing at the end is that it's something
that nobody cares about?
It's like if you want to...
It won't be a plus in the end. It's not a plus for your business.
Because if you want to... I mean, like, if you want to tell yourself that you're a big company, and then you have fake things, I mean, at the end, the one that is going to be lying is to you.
Okay.
I mean, if
you don't recommend it.
If somebody's going to use you as an influencer, and they're going to, because you have a lot of followers, then they're going to figure out how, you know, they're going to go find out, are these real, are they not real, which there are ways.
And today they have been changed, because if you have, you know, like 10,000 followers, but you see that it just like a post has two comments,
2 likes in,
right?
2 likes,
like a few likes. There's a certain percentage that you should have, and all those.
Got it.
So then, I mean, like, I have heard that I think Instagram and Facebook has like sometimes block the account because of that.
Okay.
But there are so many. I mean, you can buy 10,000.
So
likes.
Now you can buy likes, you can buy comments, and you can buy everything.
Yeah. So just to make sure, that entrepreneur, should they get the app or the website? What do you, as a bite brands expert, bit at the bite?
Okay, social, then website, and then the app if it's completely necessary, right?
Okay.
Because if not, I mean,
if you're a sub promoter or a promoter, you don't need any of those except for business cards and stuff like that. If you are a company, a promoting company, then you do need to start building all those things. If you're a venue, you better have all those things.
Of course.
I was going to ask you, what is the most important product that you have right now that people in the industry need to make sure that they're using and that they're doing?
It's really hard to say, and that's the reason why I always prefer to sell a package than a specific product. Because at the end, if you see, I mean, like, you're building a company or you're building a business, right? You need to have a website. You need to have a social market. You need to have this one. At the end, you need to be printing all that stuff, business card, flyer, and everything. So then, for us, it's really tough. Like, okay, this one's gonna cost you this. This is gonna cost you this and this and this and this. And if you use it, so then it's better just to do like a package. So we get different
Right.
And it's better for us because then you can, I mean, you leave everything to us. We taking care of everything, like grab your identity, because it's really important to to make the differentiation between just to create something for you, like a flyer, or to create something with your identity.
Right.
That people.
How hard is it to create something if the person that comes to you believes that they already have the whole idea in their mind? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sábelo todos.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
It's been really. I mean, at the beginning, I was like, okay, I do this and this and this, and I tell those kind of customers, like, okay, if you already know, it's better for me because I know what you want. But at the end, obviously, they.
So you do like
When they see it in paper, it's like,
what's
that's
the
not
worst
what I
thing that's
really have.
happened to you in the design world? Oh my God! Okay.
This right now.
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry.
No.
The lights go out and everything.
The worst thing?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like
Like, do clients run away without paying?
Yeah. Do clients run away without paying? Do they get the work and they're like, you didn't get my idea, and they go ballistic? Like, you know.
I mean, like.
Return the product?
Depend of the things. Sometimes what we hate is when they sending something to print, and you trust in these people, and then they don't appear, and you have the printing there. Obviously, you waste money, time,
and ink.
products, ink, and all the stuff.
And what? They don't come get it?
Yeah, because I mean, like, because there's so many reasons. I mean, I got people that they
So you have
want
to be
do
careful
like
when you do this,
yeah.
right? You have to have like an agreement or contract.
Yeah, but sometimes like you start, because obviously in this kind of a business, you always want to have the people. You want to have a really good relation with the guy because you have to learn about their thought, their like all the things that they wanted. So you start to be like you start to make a relation with these people, right? And
Could
just
you
to
do
understand.
this being a father.
So you have like a monthly yard sale of the stuff that people never pick
Yeah,
up.
wow.
Yeah,
Cycle flyer.
Yeah, but thanks God we don't have like many of this situation, but it has to be a few.
Okay.
And in the design stuff, thank God we got everybody really happy. They love what we do. Sometimes I don't know. I think that it's just because of the price. Sometimes they say, no, I prefer not to.
Hey, so
Do you think the printing is gonna
I told you I was
disappear, by
going
the
to
way?
share my story. So with Bits and Brands,
Oh, there you go.
right? So what happened is that, man, Bits and Brands came to the rescue party, people. All right? The day before the festival last year, our wristband provider, like, he had a technical situation that we didn't get right? So they were like, no, they're gonna get there. And I was on the phone like, no. What do you mean they're gonna get there? I need to have them now in my hands because I have vendors coming tonight to the park to get their VIPs and this and that. And Bits and Brands came to the rescue, man. They said, hey, I know this guy who can make it happen and we'll have them tonight. And I was like, tonight? They called them up.
Yeah.
And he delivered the wristbands, and it just so happens that he then came over to the house. He knew Nati. Hey, oh my God, you're
Small
helping
world.
us, and everybody's a small world, and it was great because you guys knew each other from Barranquilla and everything, and it was great, man. He came to the
Yeah, I
rescue. So
remember that.
Bits and Brands, Like what? 24 hours? That wasn't even 24
I mean,
hours. That
Are
was
those the wristbands
obviously-
we were selling outside the festival? No.
I know, right? Those were the ones he was. So these man, they turned it around in like 6-8 hours, and I know we had to pay like a rush delivery and all that, but
Exactly.
still, at the end of the day,
Obviously,
they came
we don't-
through.
we
They
don't-
made it happen.
Obviously, it's a challenge for us. We don't like to work like that, but obviously, when you need to have a new client or somebody happy, we try to do like the most
Yeah,
effort that we can.
Right.
For sure.
My people doesn't like when I say,
know,
okay, it has
that's
to be
hate.
tonight, because it's
Yeah.
like, what?
And they were probably everybody was going home, and he was like, "Hold on, we have 50,000 wristbands that we need to print right now with logos."
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, obviously, it's not the best way, but in case, I mean, those kind of emergency that happen frequently, we
Listen,
can help them.
and that's a good way to kind of, secure a new customer, because not
Yeah,
everyone
of
could do that. I have a friend who has a boutique liquor distributor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's known for being in business and in good business, and he also hates it. He hates getting the call at 3 a.m. Hey, I ran out of Johnny Walker Black,
Uh-huh.
and the club is pumping. I need you to come in with 10 cases, right? Because
Exactly.
there has to be a minimum at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that guy, based on that, he's able to flip his business around,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
gain
like,
new customers and everything. So that's cool.
Yeah. Sometimes
That's-
the people misunderstand. It's like they think that you are hungry to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end, you are helping, and you feel
course.
comfortable with doing that, and then you got the chance to have a really good customer later on, and
For
then
sure.
everything's just
For sure.
so it has been really nice.
And shout outs to Manny who made that call. Right?
No,
I had to shout him out.
Yeah, no. Actually, Manny was telling me about so many stuff about videos and things that we can help it.
Yeah, of course.
So it's good
Manny
because
from
like
Vamos.
people
Shout outs to
came
Vamos.
because one thing, and then maybe we can help in so many other areas.
Yes, for sure.
But it has to be nice.
All right. So at the end of every episode, we do a little segment called The Night Father.
Okay.
I know that you are a father of a few children, as
3.
are we. You got 3, I got 3, he's got 4.
We're fathers,
We
man.
got 10 kids right here in
Wow.
this group. That's why you see us so happy right now.
Print a big banner with all their faces.
Right. Normally, I mean, the people that we are interviewing are in the nightlife industry. I mean,
Okay.
you do
He
a
probably has to print.
service for
Yeah.
us, but you might, maybe
Have to
get
print 24
an
hours.
overnight job
Yeah,
like
we can
his,
do
or
that.
Yeah.
have to come here to the shop, open up, and do something crazy. And I know your wife won't
Yeah.
believe it because she's like,
La-
"Where is he going this time?"
Yeah, how do you
Last year,
explain that?
last year I was with the Art Basel. We were doing a lot of stuff there, and we had to be like, like working till 5 a.m. Then woke up at 7 and started doing
More
other
printing?
things
Wow.
and stuff. So yeah, I mean, obviously,
how-
as soon as you need
As a
it,
father, how were you dealing with that? Like, how do you...
obviously, if I spend 10 days in that way, I try to be the other days. Yeah.
you try to be there 24/7 after that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because if, my wife told me that, I mean, everything happened at 8 if I am there or not.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. That's funny.
All right, so basically, make sure that you have that time that you took away from them. You have it.
You
You
repay
bring it
that
back. You
time
pay it
back.
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I pay it back. Yeah, and try to be the most.
Are your kids techie savvy? Are they do they seem to be
I have-
taking that same artistic designing route?
No, actually,
or-
yeah. My first daughter,
Mm-hmm.
she's 7, and she likes to do arts and all that stuff.
Awesome.
She's doing some videos also on YouTube,
Oh,
explain another kids how to draw and everything. It's
oh,
really
that's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
She has her own little podcast going.
Yeah.
That's great.
And the one in the middle now, and the other one has 8 months already.
Oh, wow.
So it's just
All right.
let's see.
So you can be a designer and be a father, party people. All right,
you
that's
go.
very important.
Ronald, so add Bits and Brands. You
At
can follow
Bits and
them.
Brands.
And if you guys need anything done here in Miami, do you guys do works for others? Because we're seeing all over the place.
Yes.
Do you guys send jobs outside of here?
Yes, we can send it.
All right. So
And-
wherever you are,
Yes.
Just contact them through their Instagram account. And I don't know if you have an email that you guys want to give out.
We got hello@bitsbrands, or you can call us 786-419-0275.
Call after midnight. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can find
me at Ico Taps Beer and at Doral Food and Wine Festival. Tickets pre-sales go on August 1st. Remember, LMG is gonna have a discount code. Put my boy Julio Mario right here to help me out. And yeah, man, hope to see you all there.
At the Nightlife Entrepreneur and at LMG Miami, also nightlifeentrepreneurs.com/podcast on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and all of that.
And follow us, share.
Get the book, man. Get the book. Amazon.
And if you see us, if you want something and you tell us that you were coming because of you, I give you some discount too.
There you go.
There you go. You get the juice, baby. We out. We'll see you next week.
Next week.